Now, Catherine, what made you say this is a subject I want to deal with, and I want to deal with it now?
Well, it was pitched to me right about the time that the decision not to indict the officer in the Michael Brown shooting
Yes.
happened. And I think that was probably fairly emotional for a lot of people and frustrating, confusing. And I found the story deeply moving, and the opportunity to humanize what was unthinkable was a great opportunity. And I thought if this could perhaps start a bit of a conversation toward, bridging a racial divide in this country, even just be a small part of that conversation, it was worth it. And I felt like to do nothing was not an option.
We were recording for the single that I just did for the movie called Grow. And while we were recording, the guy that I'm portraying, Mr. Cleveland Larry Reed, he comes in, and he actually is a part of the song now. So we got him on the song, so he's singing with me on the song. My dad is playing the piano, and it's super cool to be right there with this guy after 50 years of having a dream that he felt like was stripped from him, being able to stand right here and sing to something that's going to touch millions of people, when that's something that he didn't get a chance to do when he wanted to do it. But it's like everything comes back around full circle.
Hello and welcome to Auteur Theory with me, Adam Johnston, where this week we'll be talking about Catherine Bigelow and my new movie Harlem. I got the idea for my new movie from Catherine Bigelow's movie Detroit, but we'll talk about that more a little bit later. Now though, let's talk about the reason for this podcast, which is to display my understanding of auteur theory and genre studies, which is what I'll be starting with in terms of key elements and differences, and to display my understanding of film language too. So let's talk about auteur theory and genre studies. The key elements of auteur theory include the director creating meaning as the message is relayed through sounds and visuals rather than just the script. The most cinematically powerful and successful films bear the mark of their maker, and the director's creative mark is powerful enough to be seen in the final edit regardless of any outside influence such as executive producers, talent, etc. With hybrids across genres, both themes and elements for two or more genres are blended, and examples of this can be seen in movies such as Shaun of the Dead, Terminator, and Cowboys vs. Aliens. The typical themes seen in genre studies are good versus evil, crime and punishment, and achieving goals. In terms of the typical narratives related to genre studies, the thing to look out for is the structure of the story or the character types, whereas typical micro-elements include lighting, costumes, font, colour, props, etc. In terms of genre codes and conventions, codes are systems of signs which create meaning, and these may include both technical or symbolic codes, whereas technical codes are ways in which equipment is used to tell a story in a media text, such as camera work or editing. Symbolic codes, on the other hand, are what is beneath the surface of what we see. For example, a character's action may demonstrate their emotions. Genre theorists in general argue the convention of text is clearly defined and it has a clear idea of what will be included. Conventions, however, are widely recognised way of doing something related to the content, the form, or the style. Technical conventions are that are in a technical area where a feature film usually lasts 90 minutes and includes visuals and sounds and credits at the beginning and end. Genre conventions are conventions associated with a particular genre. How you can prove that a film is generic is by providing element examples, but sometimes films do not contain all or any of the codes associated with the genre. This is called challenging conventions. Auteur theory depicts the writer's imagination. This will help them obtain a lot more recognition for the film, not just the movie and the characters by themselves. Another advantage of auteur theory is that it assists us in gaining a typical insight into movies. This can help us recognise the deeper significance and underlying qualities that most people might not pick up by viewing just a single film or movie from a certain director. There is also a massive drawback to auteur theory. Who chooses who is an auteur and who isn't is another. Who isn't. And another drawback is auteur theory can occasionally be ignored as the public watch a particular film from a filmmaker and then leave it there. So the audience can evaluate the director or the director on that film alone, when his alternative could be a lot better and represent themselves a lot more. Genre theory is implemented in a film to present the type of motion picture the audience will be viewing. Most of the time this can be seen by watching the preview, and this is good as the audience can then view whether or not they like the genre of the movie before they choose to go and see it. There are a few key benefits of genre theory. For starters, it informs the viewers the type of movie they are going to be seeing, and this can simply categorise the movie, and this, as a result, lets the audience know if they will be keen on watching it. There are also some disadvantages to genre theory, such as the fact that some movies can be too typical, so audience might get bored of the same old story being produced. An alternative disadvantage of genre theory is that it might lead to the audience into classifying the director, and they may not want to view a specific movie if it's by the same filmmaker, as they will think it might be too similar to previous movies by this director.